Hi guys, welcome to the Citizen channel. I hope you're all staying safe and well. Please, if you are new to this channel, please push that subscribe button. We do everything City, past and present here on these little vlogs, so I do try and inform and entertain, and there's some links on screen as well for Facebook and Twitter where I do post loads of City stuff. So if you follow a friend me on there, I do check every few days and follow and friend everyone back. And if you do get a chance, please have a check out my film and TV channel as well, which I try and inform and entertain on there, and all the latest films and TV drama here in the UK and from around the world. So if you can check that out, that will be fantastic. Anyway, hope you enjoy today's feature. Right, welcome to the Odds Show. Yeah, the Odds Show. We have a look at just a bit of extra interest for the match. Manchester City versus Norwich City, Saturday the 21st of August 2021. Of course, back at the Etihad. Great to be back there. So we're going to have a look at the first home game of the season. Always be a City leading in this. I will put the odd little bet in. Obviously, we don't expect, fingers crossed, and no disrespect to Norwich. We don't expect a major disaster, obviously, in this game. But we will feature anything that's interesting on, not like obviously a first goal scorer. If obviously there's someone on Norwich that might just get it, we'll stick that in. But it will have a City leaning to it. But if there's anything of value, that's the most important. Anything of value, I'll mention it for our opponents as well. Please, I don't condone gambling. There'll be a little thing up all through this little vlog. Only bet what you can afford, and when the fun stops, stop, and be gamble aware, etc., etc. This is just for a little of extra interest, so I don't in any way condone gambling. And of course, I'll have the charity bet. We've had a couple so far that have gone down. I'm going to have to start getting some money for the charity, aren't I? I'll split it again today, so I've got a couple of bets. Obviously, so I'll have half on each of these, so we'll give you those as we're going through. Charities yet to be nominated. I have an idea what I'm doing, but is there anything you think significant? Give us a shout. Any charity I could sort of you can recommend. That's if we start winning some money. That is, at the moment I'm covering all the losses, of course. Any losses don't go against the profits. It's literally anything we lose, I lose it, and obviously anything we make goes to the charity. So there you go. But yeah, I do have an idea of what I will be going to. But let me know if there's anything you might have an idea of as well, and we can if there's enough, we can always split it, can't we? But hey, there you go. Let's win some first. That'll be good. So yeah, let's check out some value for City versus Norwich. All these prices are at 9 AM, the 19th of August 2021. So they shouldn't have altered too much, depending when you're watching this. The match odds themselves, yeah, very low, very not much on City. 1 to 10 on, so you put a tenner on, you get 11 quid back. Hey, do you want to do that? I mean, I wouldn't, fair enough. I mean, some people will, but obviously it's a bit short, isn't it, to say the least. 9 to 1 the draw, and 25 to 1 for a Norwich win. So that's the best price. You can get them in a couple of places. Interesting enough, looking at to win the league now. Before the game last week against Tottenham, City were 4 to 6 on. We've now drifted out to 11 to 10. So you want to have a little flutter on City now? We've actually gone odds against. So there you go. Chelsea are second favourites at 7 to 2, and Liverpool are third favourites at 4 to 1. And even though United absolutely sit top of the league after one game, they're still 6 to 1. So. There might be a few United fans tempted to have a go on that. Yeah, might be a few football fans tempted to have a go on that. Norwich, just for your information, Bet Victor have got 2,000 to 1, and most bookies are about 1,500 to 1. But Bet Victor's got 2,001 on Norwich to win the league. So you put a quid on that, you'll lose a quid, obviously. But there you go. And just to stay up, to avoid relegation, you can get evens. Yeah, that's not too bad if you fancy Norwich to escape and not get relegated again. That's with Betfred and 365 and Bet Victor. You can get evens on those, so that's an interesting one. And looking at the managers, yeah, first managers to be sacked in the Premier League or to leave the club at the moment is Farke's quite safe. He's 33 to 1. That's with Paddy Power and Betfair. Pep was 100 to 1 last week. He's now dropped. He's now coming to 66 to 1. So after that defeat against Tottenham, he's come back to 66 to 1. So not as secure as he was a week ago anyway, that's for sure. Right, on to the game itself. Yeah, first goal scorer. Let's have a look at that. Obviously, with the guys who are going to play. I mean, Sterling, Jesus, and Mahrez are all pretty much available on many bookies at 4-1, which isn't too bad. And Torres is also 4-1 at Betfred, although he's fancied a bit more. Torres, and after last week, I'm not too sure on that. But my first charity bet, yeah, I'm just going to have half of my stake this week on KDB. Yeah, he's 11-2. At Paddy Power and Betfair. That's not a bad price, is it? 11-2. I've had to put it on with Smarkets because, as I said, if you do watch any of my vlogs, I've actually had all my accounts closed and friends' accounts and family accounts because I used to make a bit of money. So I have to sort of use the exchanges mainly if I fancy a bet. So I've managed to get the bet on at 4.8 on Smark. It's not quite as good, obviously, as the 11-2 you can get on Paddy Power and Betfair, but I'm not allowed to bet with them. So there you go. But that's good value, I think, with KDB. First goal scorer, 11-2, and that's quite interesting. Grealish, you can get 6-1 at 365, so that's another good one. And of course, Gundogan, if he's fit, we're not too sure if he's playing yet. Betfair and Paddy Power have got him at 13-2 for first goal scorer. And if you want a little bit of a wild one, obviously coming up for a corner, Stones and Diaz, which I expect to be the central partnership. You can get 28-1 at Bet365 on Stones, and get 28-1 on Diaz at William Hill and Bet Victor, so that's an interesting one. And if you did fancy Pookie, as I said, there's good value on Pookie to be the first goal scorer. He's with Bet365, you can get 14-1, so that's not too bad. So I always like to have a look at the anytime goal scorer, but it's a bit mean this week looking at this. I mean, you've got Sterling, Jesus, Mahrez, all at 11-10 best price at Sky and Bet Victor. That's a bit short. I always like to near as 2-1 as possible, to be honest with you. I mean, Torres, for instance, is odds on. I mean, he's got a lot of credibility certainly with the bookies at the moment, Torres. Anyway, KDB's only 7-5 with Betfair and Paddy Power. Grealish likewise is also 7-5 with those two bookmakers as well. And Gundogan's another one. He's mainly odds on if he plays Gundogan, but you can actually get evens on Sky, but again a bit low. But if you do want the big guys, if you do want Stones and Diaz again, for instance, you can get 8-1 on Stones on Bet365, and get 8-1 at many bookmakers on Diaz as well. And Pookie, yeah, if you fancy Pookie anytime goal scorer, that's not a bad one, is it? 365, 7-2, so that's not a bad little price on Pookie, although I do think he'll struggle just as much as he's perhaps struggled second half of the season, didn't he? Last time Norwich were in the Premier League, he did really struggle to say he struggles to make that leap from Championship to Premier League, I think, as far as finishing is concerned. Both teams to score, yes. Well, I'm thinking we might leak one, you know. I am thinking this, and you can actually get 5-4 with Bet365 on both teams to score. Yes, you can get 5-4. It's quite interesting that. I quite like that, but because you have looked a little bit vulnerable at the back, and you never know. Norwich played okay against Liverpool last week, so you never know, they might score one. But if you fancied, no, it's going to be a clean sheet for one of the teams. Obviously, it's 4-6 on, so not great at Sky and Betfair. Correct score's an interesting one, isn't it? I'm not sure we can match the 5 we scored in the last time we played them at the Etihad, which was the end of the season before last, wasn't it, when they got relegated? But you can get 2-0, you can get 7-1 at Bet Victor. If you fancy a 3-0, which is interesting, 13-2 at Bet Victor. A 4-0 is 17-2 at Bet Victor. And if you did fancy the 5-0, like last time we played them, that's 30. You get 13-1 at Betfair, so that's not too bad. A 3-1 scoreline, probably not. You can get 3-6-5, you can get 12-1 on that. And I've gone, this is my second charity bet. I was looking for a winning margin of 3 goals, but unfortunately on the places I can bet, I couldn't put that on. So I took a go. I took half my stake, so this is the second part of the bet. I've gone on to a 4-1 victory, so I'm letting Norwich score a goal. That's actually 15-1 with Bet Victor. I've got nothing like that, unfortunately. I've got about 10-1 with one of the exchanges, but that's the best I could get. But yes, well, that's a good price, 15-1 with Bet Victor 4-1. But as you say, if like me, I might be totally proven wrong, and Norwich might not even have a shot on target. But you know, I just think they might nick one, but hey, I might be totally wrong. You fancied 5-1 You get 22 to 1 on Bet365 for 5 on half time, full time. I mean, surely we can't see anything other than City at half time, full time. Anything else is be a bit of a mini disaster. I mean, all right, if it's a draw at half time and we do win in full time, but so surely it's got to be City, and that's 4 to 9 on, which obviously reflects that, doesn't it? That's on Bet365 on Sky. So I say I'm not even looked at any other. I've not even looked at a draw in City. I've just thought that, and I just say it is a bit mean on that one. So I wouldn't advise anything else on there. Goals over under, yeah. Surely it has to be over 2.5. Surely there has to be 3 goals in the game. Not necessarily for City. Could be Norwich score as well. Sure, it's got to be 3. And the best you can get on over 2.5 is 1 to 3 on with the 365. So again, not great value, but a little bit better. If you go over 3.5, so there's got to be 4 goals in the game. Very possible. You can get 10 to 11, almost evens, 10 to 11 with Bet365, which isn't too bad. But you can get 2s. You can get 2 to 1 at various bookmakers if you go over 4.5. So if you go for a 5-0 like it was last time, or a 4-1, yeah, you can get 2s on that. So that's an interesting one, but I would probably stick to the over 3.5 at 10 to 11. That's at 365. That's not a bad one at all. And this is what I said before, winning margin. I did go for 3 goals, but I couldn't find an exchange where I could get a good price or get a price at all. So for a 3 goals winning margin, it's 10 to 3 on Bet365. That's not too bad. And if you fancied a 4 goal margin like 5-1 or 4-0, etc., that's 5 to 2 on Betfair. So that's not a bad price either. A City clean sheet, or what I'm saying, we're not going to get a clean sheet, but if we did get a clean sheet, the best price you can get on that is 8 to 11 with Sky, which is okay. It's okay, not a fantastic, but that's okay. Penalties, yeah, we like a bit of penalties, don't we? Obviously, we don't like taking them, but just to get a penalty, yes, is 9 to 4. That's in the game. That's us or Norwich. It doesn't matter who. And let's face it, you've got Grealish, Mahrez, Sterling bombing along in that box. I mean, there's got to be a good chance for a penalty. So I think that's quite a good price, 9 to 4, if you fancied that. That's with Bet365. Cards, yeah. I mean, based on that Tottenham game, and the refs are a bit lenient, aren't they? Not really giving the cards out. Certainly early doors. That might change as the season goes on, but I think the under 2.5 seems okay, doesn't it? Yeah, it's actually 5 to 6 on with Bet365, as is the over 2.5 cards. So that is 3 cards or more is also 5 to 6. So you can pick either or there, but if obviously ones that the referees are being very lenient, aren't they? So it's not usually a dirty game against Norwich. They're not really a dirty team, and we're not usually that bad. So yeah, I think that's good. That's good for over 2.5, but I would probably go under 2.5. There might be a couple of cards in the game, but I can't see any more than that, and that's 5 to 6. As I say, over and under 2.5 is 5 to 6 with Bet365. Corners, that's an interesting one. Yeah, over 9.5. I mean, I did look at the last game, and we actually only had 9 corners in the game the last time we played Norwich at the Etihad, which, considering the battering we gave them, didn't seem that much, did it? But if you wanted over 9.5, so 10 or more, that's 4 to 5 on with Bet365. But if you fancied under 9.5, that's almost evens. That's 10 to 11 with Bet365. So yeah, I think that's not bad value, the under 9.5 corners, so 9 or less, because I can't see Norwich getting too many. So obviously that might be worth a little bit of effort. Yep, and that's about it. I couldn't see anything other things exciting to perhaps risk a couple of quid on. As I say, only ever bet what you can afford, and there you go. Let me know if you've got any thoughts on that and any little bets you're putting. Let me know your bets, please. Obviously, if you can, just put them in the comments. You know what you've had, and so I can have a look out for you as well and see how you're doing, and hopefully give you a shout, as long as it doesn't bother my charity bet or anything like that. We need those to start winning. I need to start putting some money in the bank. I mean, I may as well put this. I know it's easy to just stick the stake in the bank, isn't it? But that's not the idea. Where's the fun in that? I'm challenging myself. So there you go. That's what we've got to do. So hopefully we can get something this week with the split on the charity bets as well. So that'd be fantastic. As I said, I've got KDB as first goal scorer. So keep your fingers crossed for that one. We want that to happen, and obviously a 4-1 scoreline as well. So keep your fingers crossed for that. And obviously either of them two will give us some money in the bank. So I'll be quite happy with that. Anyway, let me know what you're doing. That'd be fantastic. Anyway, thanks for watching. What are you going to do the rest of the day? Have a great one. Catch yourselves, catch your friends, catch your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. Until we meet here again on the Citizen channel, or you perhaps have a flit across, have a look at my film and TV channel if you want a little rest from football, or try and inform and entertain on there as well. Have a look at that. And I only ever ask one thing if you don't have, please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.